Well, it's Friday the 6th of November. This is episode 2044 of 301 Permanently Moved to Online, a personal podcast 301 seconds in length, written, recorded and edited in 1 hour by me at the JMO. There's been only one thing consuming my thoughts this week, NanoWriMo, or National Novel Writing Month. This year is my 7th NanoWriMo. I've quote-unquote won 5 of the 6 NanoWriMos that I've attempted before. My first NanoWriMo, in 2013, was a significant moment in my life. It taught me how to write. I don't mean writing fiction or non-fiction, I mean writing in general. I went to uni in 2003, leaving behind a grammar school where you weren't dyslexic, just stupid. The support and feedback that I got on my written essays at university also did nothing to disabuse me of my belief that writing was hard and sucks. I studied philosophy, which perhaps isn't the best subject to pick if you hate writing, and I envied the people to whom writing came easily, and still kinda do. My residual dislike of writing is one of the reasons why it's taken me so long to start posting scripts online for 301. I just didn't think it was very important until told otherwise. It's not that I don't love reading, of course, it's my favourite pastime, but I've always found writing a chore, a difficult way of organising one's thoughts. The decade after leaving school was one full of anxiety about doing any writing, petrified of work emails to clients or even updates to colleagues, always feeling like I was an imposition on my teammates, constantly bothering them to proofread emails. Shout out John Higgins, thank you. I remember once agonising for a week over a 300-word personal statement for a job application. Horrible. When I wrote those first 50,000 words for NanoWriMo in 2013, I probably matched, in that 1 month, the total number of words I'd written in the preceding decade. The story I wrote was awful, but the most important thing that I took away from the experience was putting one word after another. Typing 50,000 words into a text document in 30 days taught me to appreciate the graft of writing as a writer, as opposed to the craft of a writer as a reader. It was interesting to observe the things that I'd only read about writers experiencing. Sometimes the words would flow fast and furious. Other days, anything beyond 300 words would be like drawing blood from a stone. Yet, even a few days later, rereading previous chunks of text, you couldn't detect where the easy words ended and the difficult words began. 50,000 words in 30 days is a non-trivial amount of effort expended getting words onto a page. Hats off from me to anyone who wins or has won NanoWriMo. It's a personal achievement of significant proportions. Putting that many words one after another is no joke. That first Nano in 2013 was a hell month. It would take me hours to grind out the 1,667 words after work. Sometimes it would take all evening. One of the things that I really struggled with that year was my attention span. I'd write 300 words and find my brain rebelling. I'd need a short break doing anything other than thinking about getting the words onto the page. I'd already started to meditate at that point in my life, but it was still early doors. My inability to focus on the writing alarmed me. Then I noticed it at work too. A short sprint on the task at hand, followed by the loop cycle, checking Outlook, the internal notice board, Messenger, and then back to a spreadsheet or the SQL query I was working on. Another short sprint of focus, then back on the loop once again. In the intervening 7 years between that first NanoWriMo, I've done a lot more meditation and a lot more writing. The dyslexic in me no longer rebels at the idea of having to express myself in the written word. I've come to realise that things don't need to be perfect the first time one's ideas hit the page, but to be able to do anything with them, they do actually need to be there. I discovered the Hemingway app last year. I immediately bought it and use it multiple times a week. Working with it as an algorithmic or AI editor has made my writing bolder. Learning to shorten and split sentences has been a revelation. Another part of me has become a ruthless editor, but that only came after getting the words onto the page was easier. I'm now at ease with changing things. The initial grafter in me has got far less precious about the words that make it onto the page, as the effort to get them there has gone down. Working with fantastic editors and their comments over the years has also helped too. I've learnt to appreciate the effort involved in putting one word after another, built up the ability to actually be able to focus on any task at hand for longer than 300 word chunks of time. Dare I say it, I even enjoy it? NanoWriMo 2013 didn't break a dam and flood my life with writing, but it did make me more aware of its existence, its shape and the sort of blocks and resistance that I had internally put up inside me. I'm grateful for NanoWriMo as a web institution. It helped me come to terms with my dyslexia. The simple act of writing every day for a month for myself with a little gamification really helped. If you're writing this year, add me as a buddy on the Nano website. My handle is, of course, at the JMO.